of Movers and Breakers. It's story time, and we're super excited you're here. As part of our anthology series, each of our improvisers has written a short story which are used as a seed for each arc to world build in preparation for an epic campaign. This arc was seeded by Adam Zelmer. I am your evil mastermind, Deus Mortis, Adil Patel, and these foolish mortals joining us around our table are Blake Davis, playing as Odar, the Scion. Odra?
All good.
Is it Odra?
Yep.
It's not Odar?
It's what it says in the thing.
Oh, I fucked up. Adam Zelmer as Benedict Torbley, the Arcane Duelist. Matt Dorfman as our Warlock, whose name is Arwen. He goes by Arwen, yes. And joining us is Tawny, who is playing Phoebe Aslis, our thief. And you heard that right, Phoebe Aslis. Perfect. Foreshadowing? I hope not.
I feel like if we had prizes to give, we should give a prize to whoever figures out like what her name actually is.
It's not hard. It's
no,
literally be like.
But I feel like
a grade
the
school
vast majority of
cryptograph.
people are going to do what Blake did, not actually think about it for 5 seconds.
Just put it in an anagram
Yeah, I
detector?
think that's
maybe.
We'll keep talking about it and make clear that there's some clever name there that's going to take 1 second. So let's move on.
Oh, dear.
Okay, cool. So, let's go. A warrior's last breath mixes with the wind, quickening with the heat of the rising sun. The scent of nature, tradition, and separation is overpowered with blood, change, and hope. The breeze flows east past wide-open fields of rolling golden grain perforated by deep, jagged cracks filled with emerald shards. The wind blows on, as wind does with no beginning and no end, to the long, abandoned Bone Cove, a half-sunken skeleton of a city. The wind passes the coast and mixes with the salt of the Nine Sisters, where it swirls about between the tension of mounting war and a promise of stormy seas. The wind enters a tanker through barred windows where 4 prisoners add their hushed whispers to the charged air. This was not where their story began. Not really, but it was a beginning. If you guys could all please give me a brief introduction to your characters, their descriptions. We'll start with Odra, which I got correctly.
You got it. Odra is the cell just like a square, roughly? Or are we in separate pens?
You're all in the same one.
Okay. He's probably sitting like somewhere near the center of it, just kind of like almost like a permanent 1,000-yard stare. You'd guess he's like in his mid-30s. He's bald with no sign of stubble on his head, but does have like very, very light stubble on his beard, which is basically like gray or white. He's got like bluish purple eyes and looks just kind of like faintly preoccupied. But if you call his attention, he'll like look and smile. Very like honest smile, doesn't seem deceptive or anything. But the body looks like lean to the point where maybe malnourished. He was, I believe, the first one in the cell before you guys all came. So you don't know how long he's been here. Otherwise, he looks like a normal guy, except that he has tattoos of like varying colors, mostly dark like ink, on the whole like left side of his body, just up under the neck, and they don't seem to have like kind of a rhyme or reason to them. They look more like just scribbled notes. Some short, some long. And he's currently just kind of staring off.
Let's go to Phoebe.
All right, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Just give us just what do you look like?
Just do what I did.
Oh, so I'm small. I don't know if it's because I just didn't grow right, because I can't remember. But so I'm about a foot shorter than I think I should be. I'm about like 4'5". My hair is like, it looks good from the front, but the back's all matted up, like, because I can't see it. And other than that, like, I look pretty normal. I've got like dark skin, dark eyes, and I'm in a perpetual state of unaware of where I am or what I'm doing or why I've been where I am.
How old are you, or how old do you look?
I'm young. I'm like 18, 19.
Cool. Let's go to Arwen.
So I'm just kind of laying there, hands behind my head, kind of looking up at the ceiling. I've got purple hair. It's very weird. You've never really seen a color like that before.
Really dialing up the anime. I love it.
And the hair quality seems really like coarse and really like straw-like. It's clearly terrible, using materials that aren't really meant for dyeing the hair to dye the hair. Exactly, grapes, though. Purple.
Like bananas.
So it's literally just
definitely not meant for dyeing hair.
Exactly. It's true. So he's just kind of laying there, kind of shrugging off and not really at all caring about being in jail. He's kind of laying there like an asshole, like I've got better things to do, just kind of laying there like, all right.
Got it.
Let me out of here, gotta go. So he's just waiting.
And last, but certainly not least, Benedict Torbley. Give that juice.
I don't believe that I'm required to give an introduction, for anybody that has any sense of class and dignity knows of Benedict Twombly. I exist as the finest duelist in the entirety of the Nine Sisters, and that was a benefit to you all.
God, he breaks the third wall.
I really don't like making people uncomfortable with not necessarily knowing things, especially for those who may not be in the up and up. So, you're welcome. To give a description, well, the gorgeousness. I have these beautiful blue shimmering eyes, much like the distant seas and waves against the soft pebble sand. I have flowing blonde hair that beautifully flows while I duel. Only the finest of clothing that I can actually afford, and a very muscular body.
Perfect.
I have many more female fans than male.
Perfect.
I am currently in the middle of a training session in my cell because one's mastery of the body flows through mastery of all things.
Perfect. Kyle, you can't message me because we're using my audio, unfortunately. So we're going to have to figure out something different next time. Perfect. Now, if I recall correctly, you guys are all in this jail for different reasons. What are those reasons that you told each other?
That we told each other.
What are the reasons you told each other?
And we can lie about it while we're telling
You can
each
lie.
other. Whoa. I'm not a liar. I'm not going to lie, but I'm just saying.
That's what a liar would say, though.
You might.
Got you there.
You go first.
Check and mate.
So people have asked me why I'm in here, but I shrug it off and say, mind your own beeswax.
If I recall correctly, though, you two were thrown in jail together, Benedict and Arwen.
Yeah, my plan didn't go very well, and of course they were clever. I mean, why not take out the greatest weapon in the mutiny's favor? So here
Benedict
I am,
Torbley.
Benedict Twombly, prisoner to my own success. Hey,
Yep.
chat.
Leave me alone.
Phoebe, why were you in prison?
I'm falsely in prison because somebody took my knife and I was trying to get it back. I shouldn't even be here.
Perfect. And then Odra.
I was on another ship when I was taken. They were uncomfortable with me. And when that ship was lost, they brought me here.
Now, over the last 4 days, Benedict, if I recall correctly, you have been planning your escape,
Of course.
seeking to bring in your cellmates into your jailbreak. But Odra had actually warned you that your time will come when the Star of Fear falls from the sky. And last night, it did. A meteor fell from the sky, which Odra felt a strong connection of fear to, and crashed into the ocean. Now, you know that these meteors and comets hold rare, exotic, magical components from the heavens. And you know that the flotilla, the collection of ships that are all docked with each other, where you guys are currently stationed and where you held the mutiny, would certainly go after the crash site of this comet, because retrieving those components would be very valuable and very helpful for the flotilla. So you know that right now the flotilla is less guarded and less manned than it would normally would be. And to confirm your suspicions, where there would normally be 3 guards on rotation, today there is only 1, and his shift is longer than normal. And you did see many of these ships mining and excavating, and a good deal of its armed, of its warfare ships head out as well. So yeah, what do you do?
Benedict Swabbly. It is time.
Okie dokie. Has the mutiny taken place, or has it failed?
You attempted a mutiny.
We did. Okay.
It went disastrously.
Hmm.
Everyone was killed or captured. You don't know where the rest of the people that mutinied with you are, and they seemed to think that it would be best to not hold you all in the same place.
Sure.
So you've been separated from them. But you two, Arwen and Benedict, if I recall, mutinied together. You were on that same side of that. And to remind you all, the reason of this mutiny was that the flotilla was prepared to go to war. And you felt that that was not in the flotilla's best interests and sought to overthrow the admiral. And it did not go well.
Like, how not well? Like, really not well?
Like, I can't say maximally not well because you're alive,
Sure.
but like
Sure.
pretty damn close to maximal.
900.
Anybody else feel like this guy's a little over the top?
Yeah, and you listened to him the last time, and now you're going to listen to him again and make him another move. Look where that got us last time.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. A little thief girl.
Yeah.
Phoebe, if I'm correct. It's Phoebe.
Phoebe.
Yeah.
He's trying to recruit you.
It's
To
not
do what?
It's not recruitment. I just happen to believe that she's very good at doing something that she probably loves doing. Like unlocking her own door.
Sounds like you're trying to persuade her.
Maybe I am. What is so wrong with that?
Hey, what was that? You hear the guard say. Are you guys trying something funny?
It's all nonsense
Yeah.
if you pay attention.
There's nothing funny about either of these two. She might be funny though. She seems intriguing.
You sense the guard is afraid, and he goes for his weapon. He doesn't draw it just yet, but you think that there's a fear that he doesn't think he can contain it on. So
Do you know the weight of his weapon? Offhand.
1.
Okay. I'm gonna just like look over at him and use my focus to just throw the weapon back toward myself so that I can just catch it.
And you can just literally, it's just a move.
If it's just in a sheath,
Yeah,
I
just
can
in a sheath. You can
manipulate
100%.
small objects no heavier than weight 1,
Yeah.
and no further than near range. So I guess I'll go close.
No, near is enough.
As if with my own hands. So I basically would like to just take it out of his sheath and throw it to myself and catch it.
Now you know Benedict Torbley is a master duelist. Would you take it, or would you give it to him?
I would catch it and then give it to him.
Got it.
Are we the same cell?
You are
Yeah,
all
we're all
4
in
of you
that.
in the same cell.
So as it flies out and I catch it, I'm like, you should go. And then extend it out and give it to Benedict.
Can I get a parlay from you?
Sure.
Oh,
I guess he's not all talk.
I didn't suggest that he was all talk. I'm just saying that he's
I
a
did.
little. Oh, fair enough. Arwen, you're so judgmental
Got
sometimes.
leverage and everything.
I know you are. That's
Oh,
why I
it's
just said it.
Of course it is. Just don't come after me, okay? And then he-
Unlock it. Unlock the gate.
And then he
Unlock the gate, and we won't.
Benny, what?
no, you have to refresh. I can't do it.
No, if you refresh it.
I have to refresh
Yeah.
the whole screen. All right.
I've been refreshing.
Ben, what does he do?
He
Unlock the gate, and we won't.
he
Oh.
drops the keys and runs.
I'm just gonna look straight at Odra.
Do it again.
Can you do it again?
Can we reach them?
I mean, they're not that far. Yeah, you can
I'm just
start.
gonna walk and grab them.
No.
The wonders of divine. And he's gonna like reach out and drop them just like he did the sword.
Now, go for it.
I mean, that was easy. Okay, then.
Telekinesis, man.
Did you want to take a crack at the door anyway, Phoebe?
Is the door open?
No.
not.
I haven't unlocked it yet. I just have the keys. I just wanted to know if you wanted to have some fun.
No, I don't want to have fun.
Anti-fun.
That's going to be a difficult friendship, but that's okay.
We got this over with.
Get what over with?
Opening the door.
Oh, sure.
Well, there's no keyhole on the inside,
Oh, yeah.
and you gotta jingle it around on the outside.
jingle, jingle,
And
jingle.
what's your dexterity?
Oh, it's 0.
Um,
I mean, it's a 9, but it's a 0.
you can't get it quite right.
Uh,
It's a rusty lock. It's not a good mechanism. And so it's one of those things where like you sit there trying for like 2 minutes and you can't figure it out.
Why didn't you just ask me to do it? I can do it.
pretty sure, you know what? This is why we have friends in this world. So, yes, please feel free. Little Phoebe.
Little Phoebe. Now, if I recall, they don't actually have a move for this because the game. Oh no, tricks of the trade. That was
Is that the
hilarious.
sound of the door opening? Please tell me that was the sound of the door opening.
So
Arwen, why are you in such a bad mood today?
So, Phoebe, you are using Tricks of the Trade. It is a move on your character sheet. So if you scroll down under Moves and hover over Tricks of the Trade, it will turn blue. You should just be able to click it.
Uh-huh.
And then a little window will pop up that says 0. Just submit that 0. You don't need to change anything. Actually, give it a +1. Never mind. You got a 12. That's fucking amazing. Cause,
Literally as good as you could.
Yep, it's not an issue for you at all. You literally just like.
First 2 rolls at the gate, everybody. 11 and 12.
Let's hope I don't throw anything serious at you guys, right? So like he's just been sitting there like trying for 2 minutes. And you're like, yeah, I can totally do it, and it's the easiest thing in the world for you. Like it's like it wasn't even unlocked in the first place, and it might not have been. He might have just not actually tried the knob after getting it to work.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to get my shirt dirty. This is fine material.
It's incredibly dirty. He's been wearing
Also,
it
I'm
for
just really
4
bad at some
days.
things. I'm willing to admit that. I just am really good at the things I'm really good at.
I'm just gonna smile and be like, your shirt looks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your shirt looked stupid before.
Why are we being so negative today?
Because he's upset with himself for being in this situation.
I need to be somewhere.
Where do you need to be? That's so pressing right now. You shooed your sister away as if she was nothing, and now you're going to take it out on me that you have some sort of sibling rivalry? This is uncalled for.
Stop calling her my sister. I've told you 1,000 times.
I apologize that you were born a human, but you want to be an elf. That's not something I can change. She's clearly your fucking sister. You have the same nose, for fuck's sake.
You guys are
I
free
hate
to
when you
leave.
say it that way.
I apologize for my outburst, Phoebe and Odra. He just sometimes cannot get out of the slump.
Let's get out of this room first, and then I'll feel way better. How about that?
Well, maybe you should stand up and start moving, you mule.
Let's go.
Slap him in the ass.
God damn it. This shit again.
Stop touching my ass.
God shouldn't have made it so perfect.
Phoebe, perhaps you should leave.
I should lead. Where are we gonna go?
That is for you to determine.
Oh, I don't want to be on the ship. Can we leave the ship?
Of course. Seems like the perfect thing to do.
Okay, but like your stuff, you don't have any of it.
I have this dinky ass guardsman's sword, but
That you
yes.
can't use to cast your spells.
It's what?
You can't use to cast your spells.
No, of course I can't.
Just confirming. You
Same thing,
understand.
I'm good with a sword.
I have a gift I would like to retrieve. Might we?
Yes. I would love my sword as well. I'm assuming you have possessions, Phoebe, that you would like to return to yourself? All
Yeah.
right, we're gonna fucking hear it. Lead the way. Find our stuff. Let's find our stuff.
Sounds like you're trying to prowl about.
I'm certainly not, but I'll let her try.
Oh, you don't have to prowl about if you guys don't want to. You guys can just walk through this place.
Well, I'm not an idiot. I know exactly how to let somebody else do what they're best at.
Phoebe, why don't you roll the prowl about for me? And let's see if this move that I stole from the internet works.
Well, stealing from the internet. Come on, man. You wouldn't steal a car.
Phoebe might.
You wouldn't download a car.
Download a car.
Are you high? If I had a 3D printer, I absolutely would.
Now people do.
Um,
That ad was from 1997.
okay, so what this means now is basically for the rest of the scene, you've got 3 cloak, which are these points you can spend. Whenever you accidentally make noise or something, you can spend one of those cloak to get by no problem. You know, no one notices. But once that hits 0, they found you.
It's cool. What are we looking at, though? Like, I mean, are we in a hold? Are we?
You're in a tanker,
Okay.
right?
So we're like, but we were in a cell within a tank.
Yes.
Or was it like a cell with bars? I'm assuming.
Cell with bars. That's how bars work. Yeah.
So it's been modified to some degree.
Yep.
Like what are the
Just like every boat in this flotilla.
right? So what are we looking at? Like what's immediately in front of us? Are like we looking at like a giant open expanse of a tanker, or is it?
No, they've retrofitted it at this point. Like where the tanker's floor would be, they've built like 3 or 4 whole floors
Right.
of complex on top of it. And this is not one of the ones that would normally have like normally they'd use a tanker like this for vegetation or food or something like that. But this one is all like industrial style, like very rigid corners, and like it's the barracks basically.
Okay.
I can just say that because you're from here, so it's the barracks.
I probably trained
You did not train in the barracks.
at all.
No.
I'm trained
Too
everywhere.
good for it, obviously.
Apparently, my father only.
You found the
trained
pits.
me at home.
The
Never-
barracks.
He would never bring me to such ruffian places like the barracks. Sorry.
You didn't, man. Weird place to train.
So are we looking? I mean, are we like in a smaller room that leads to a door that goes to, or are there stairs? Like, I'm just gonna.
Yeah. So you're. There are multiple locked doors here, but you don't hear any sound of them being occupied. You think that around this whole place, like maybe across the whole tanker, people from your mutiny are scattered. Maybe. If they survived, you don't know. But you don't like. You just gotta pick a direction. Like,
It's your show, Feed. You got us out of the cell, therefore you get to choose where we go next.
What are the options?
the options are left and right out of the door because the hallways.
It's poetic.
Let's go left.
Perfect. You go left. You head out.
My second favorite hand. Perfect.
Gross.
But most improved.
I mean, I have been working on some dagger play.
Let's get out of here.
That's what we call it.
You head left. You Phoebe leads you.
We've been here for 4 days.
Leads you down the hall, and as she does, she deftly is like skittering along the ground and then pulls to a stop and holds up a hand. I'm assuming you guys stop, and you hear the sound of a few guards passing down a nearby hallway, and she waits, and she waits. And then when she's certain, she continues down, and you guys navigate through this tanker. You don't find anyone else you're looking for, but you do find an evidence holding, and you find that it is guarded.
That it is guarded or isn't guarded?
It is guarded.
Oh. By what?
Dudes, just fucking burly
Fuck,
men,
Let's get them on the
just straight up
Oh,
sexually active men. No,
visit.
it's unusual timing for it, but fair enough. No, they're just a bunch. It's a bunch of Navy men.
You mean seamen?
no, no.
I chose my words
They men of the
carefully.
sea?
Big fucking seaman.
2 Navy men and millions of seamen.
I'm trying not to be really mean as my character, but
Oh, this is not in character.
I'm trying not to right now.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is there? Would I know about if there's like? Is there a secondary door? Is it?
Only one way in.
Is that where our stuff is?
You'd
believe
suspect
so.
it is.
Odra, how many times can you do that little pull weapons away trick? How many can you do at once?
Only one at once, probably. Never had the need to do more.
You might need to today. That's all I'm saying. Arwen, are you?
Do you need me to do it again?
Yeah. I mean, possibly. It was a very handy trick where
Thank you.
you could disarm at least somebody in this room. I probably am more than capable of taking a few of them, and I'm a little off kilter without my sword, but I think I can make this work. Are you good, Arwen?
I'm golden. You want to lead this off, or should I?
Well, hold on. Young Fee has done an excellent job leading us to this point. I don't think that she can get in the room necessarily without making noise, but she could become invaluable in this, let's say, confrontation.
What's my old weapon that's in the evidence room, probably?
Which one? So here's the thing. You have two.
Okay, so I have two.
You have something that was granted to you by Father Time and something that was granted to you by Mother Nature, and I don't know what they are.
Neither do I.
You know what? Fuck it. They're dual pistols because we're doing this shit.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. I love it. And then you have a sword. You have a sword.
Cowboys are wizards. They only know one spell. Bullet.
I
love it.
Today I was like, this is so perfect right now. Their familiar is their horse.
Moving right along.
And
you just have a sword in there? I'm just asking things I should know at this point. You just have a sword in there?
I mean,
Big bastard sword?
it's not just a sword, it is an extension of who I am as a person. God damn, how many times do I have to tell you this woman dwarf?
Thief girl.
Also, I have my finest leathers in there, as well as I'm assuming my potion and my fucking spellbook. God, you can be so dense sometimes. Now what? See, now I'm in a bad
she's
mood.
reading his inventory.
Now I'm in a fucking bad mood. You see what you do? Keep up!
Thief lady, we'll start a fight. You run in there and find two pistols and a big ass sword.
That's not the only.
Does it start?
Crazy kid. Do you have a weapon in there you need?
He's like 35.
I want to
crazy
imagine you
man.
as like a 35-year-old, but I want to picture
Like
you
baby smooth
as
skin.
Brandon
I'm picking-
Fraser's character from Blast from the Past, where you're 35 but you look 22 because you've been living in a bunker your whole life and you just look perfect because you have no sun damage. Like that's what I want to believe you are.
I'm thinking of 11 from
nah.
Stranger Things.
No, I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. I'll try to find a picture later for everybody, but it's not really what it looks like. He's just like, are we ready then?
Do you need anything from the room?
Phoebe,
Well, what are you
you
looking
lose
for?
one of your cloak as all this whispering goes on.
We
You have
need
two left.
to take them out because there's more than just 4 things in that room. Look, we need our stuff. We can take them. You disarm and do whatever else you can do. Hopefully you can do. I mean, that might be enough. Do your thing,
I'm trying to.
Arwen. That's all I'm asking for.
If
And-
Thief
and
Lady
Phoebe-
gets our stuff as we start the attack, we'll have our weapons by turn 2 or 3, hopefully.
Owen, you are capable of more than you expect. Trust.
I'm going to ignore that.
Why would you ignore good advice?
Oja's gonna
That's the
start.
second cloak.
Oja's gonna walk forward.
You walk forward.
Basically, do the same thing. Like,
Why am I losing cloaks? Is it because we're whispering loudly?
We're arguing.
You're basically arguing in front of
Just
guards,
back me.
basically.
Can everybody just back me up, please?
He's walking slowly, but he's.
And I'm gonna walk up to the door and I'm gonna open the
Fine.
door.
What
Or
door?
what-
The door that they're guarding?
I mean, are they standing in
Are you
front
just
of the
gonna
door? Or
walk
are they
between
in
them
the
and
room?
open it?
Are they in the
They're-
room or are they?
They are in front of it.
Oh, perfect. I'm just gonna start walking down the hallway.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just gonna turn the hallway.
I'll follow behind.
And Oja has like a weird
Hands in
quality where
pockets.
like you're walking like next to him, but you know how like humans kind of like naturally fall like, oh, we're walking next to each other.
Mhm.
He like has no semblance of that.
Oh, so
Like,
he's
he kinda,
just
like
stride for
like
stride.
you started walking and you started walking, and he didn't like slow down to like let you walk by or anything. Like if you walk up next to him, he won't like shy away, but he's not like a. Oh yeah, we're walking together. Okay. He's just proceeding.
I watch them proceed in front of me, obviously chest held high, and just kind of following. Then I'm like, and then I walk like hands in pockets.
As they turn, they say,
shrugging behind.
it's the mutineers! And they yell out and they start ringing a bell, and one of them draws a gun and points it right at your chest, Benedict Tworbly. What do you do? You step in,
If
do
I
it.
can, yeah.
Do it.
I'll just rip the gun away.
It's
so
fucking
it's with
gone.
the strength that I have. So it's not like I just get to carry on this shit. But if he's not expecting
that's
it,
boring
I expect
and
I
it's
can kind of
fun.
just
You rip it out of his hand.
I mean, if someone didn't see you when you were holding a gun, you could probably
you totally can as someone who's done Krav Maga.
So yeah,
They were
I'm just
definitely
gonna
not expecting it.
yeah, not even hold out a hand.
I mean,
but kind of
are they within a quick sprint's pace? Like, I mean, I was assuming that they're relatively
At this point,
close.
yes.
Yeah.
Because they could hear you over speed.
Yeah, as soon as I see the gun flip out of his hands, I'm just gonna close the distance.
And I do the same thing on the other guard. There's just two guards, right?
There is. So, what's your goal? Kill.
No, I'm actually.
Incapacitate.
Incapacitated.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Take on a lovely date.
I'm going to.
I don't know.
What I'm gonna try to do is, make sure that I maybe grapple him or do something with him to make sure that like the other guard who has a gun has to shoot through his friend in order to get it. And
human shield.
I'm just going to, I'm going to human shield him, but I'm also like, I was expecting him to be kind of closer to the door. So my idea is like, I'm going to human shield him, but then also just raise my sword up underneath the guy and like put it at the other guy's throat.
What is your arcane focus? Is it a sword?
It is my bastard sword.
Your bastard sword. Okay. This kind of close quarters grappling technique is not something you're actually particularly trained in. Normally, when you duel, it is with your sword, and it is at sword's length. Right. This sort of technique is not something they're used to. You try it anyway, and you're doing well. They're trained to grapple.
Perfect.
Contest.
So a little, but you try to set up this maneuver, and you find that it's quickly going poorly. I need you to roll Defy Danger with strength.
Ooh. Yes, sir.
Like, we're all trained in biology, but like, I wouldn't trust this, against a biologist.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
I get experience going.
You get pinned down.
Witness me.
So, Phoebe, you see Benedict Tworbly, finest duelist of the 9 sisters, get choked out by this random fucking no-name. What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I don't know what I do.
So just like narratively, like, are you guys, so I skipped a step. Benedict, roll to lead.
Oh, goody.
Initiative.
I don't have a lead move.
Well, fuck me.
My move chart. I will add it really quick, or
Well, I
just
can
if somebody would roll it for me
skip to lead.
while I pull out.
All right.
I want to add that to.
So, does everyone on the team have the same purpose in this fight?
Yeah, get through the door.
Does anyone mistrust Benedict Tworbly?
No, I trust him very much, but
Phoebe, do you mistrust Benedict Tworbly? You can. It's fine if you do.
No, I don't distrust him.
Okay.
Well, because she doesn't mistrust anybody. She just.
Benedict, do you have a bond with every member of the team?
Sorry, what?
A bond with every member of the team?
I do have a bond with every member of the team.
I don't.
Every. I thought it said any. I was like, I don't. Sorry. Deus Mortis. Come on.
Deus Mortis. What is this? And you guys are ill prepared because you don't have your shit.
Yeah.
That's just.
That's a fair assessment.
All right, so you start the battle with 3 team. What that means is throughout the course of this encounter, you can spend a team to make coordinated maneuvers, such as a double grapple. But because I didn't make you roll lead, we're gonna fucking move on and pretend that didn't happen.
So the grapple never happened?
No. The
failure didn't happen.
The spending the lead and it not working did not
Okay.
happen.
So I didn't get an experience.
You still get the experience.
Okay.
Sorry, you still fucked up.
Stuff happened. Don't worry about it. You get an XP. You have 3 team. Moving on.
Because I didn't use the team to make sure that this happened.
Technically, it's something that you should have done because it was literally 2 people acting at the same time.
And we don't just want to move back and
And
redo it.
we could. It'd be a 6, and you'd still fail. And I
That's
just
fair.
feel like
Oh, because the
Fuck it.
lead is just a +1?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So we just are skipping past all that.
Okay, this was not my best choice.
So Phoebe, what do? He's getting choked out. He's got a sword. You see that this guard has a knife on him.
You should mention half your outfit looks fabulous.
Can I out of turn just lean down and go, "You're doing great."
To Benedict.
I just lean down, like hunker down, and then like Benedict would.
Help. Help. You. Help.
Just fucking.
Can I help?
I mean, how do you want to? Do you want to stab this guard? Do you want to try to break him out? What's your play? What's the strategy?
I try to grab my knife that the guard somehow has.
Oh, you want to grab his knife? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
This motherfucker stole my knife. Just a recurring theme.
Stealing her knife back.
My knife. Why does
Looking
this
for a
guard
knife.
have my knife?
Whose knife is this? That's my knife. Right, you do it.
Oh my god,
Dude.
delightful! I need tricks of the trade from you.
Tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
This is a Geralt and Roach situation. Every horse I ride is Roach.
So I'm supposed to roll for tricks of the trade, or
Yeah, just click tricks of the trade.
okay.
Ooh, experience point.
So the good news is you get an experience point, which brings you 1/8 of a step closer to hitting level 2. The bad news is you don't get it.
And can she take a leap?
What?
Can she take a leap? Or do you have to declare that before you roll?
Yeah,
I'm actually out.
team is something you have to coordinate in
I
the
see.
description of the move.
I see.
Yeah. Okay, so you go for this knife, and this fucking random guard is the best grappler you've ever seen, because now he has both of you pinned to the ground with his 2 hands, and you're like, shit, I really hope he can't take on a third somehow.
I would still get a chance. I would.
So I'm just focused.
It's one of you 2 right now, right?
I'm just
Because
focusing.
we're both getting choked.
You're both getting choked.
I'm just focusing on
Great
the guard
opening.
in front of me.
Okay.
I'm just trying to incapacitate him as quickly as possible. Like, damn it, focus! As I'm trying to take care of business myself.
So
Hopefully, my talk.
as a warlock who does not have his implements or his magic, this is not where your strength lies. Odar or Odra, what do you do? Hodor.
So as he's like holding the gun, he like opens the mechanism and grabs the bullet, and then he's just gonna try and send it through the skull of the guard.
Give me that telekinetic strike, buddy.
I need to pull my character.
Oh, so savage.
Oh shit, that's great.
You don't have to hit refresh. You can.
It's not.
You
Oh,
can- you can separate the character sheet from the same screen.
yeah, I know, but when you refresh it,
But you can also just not hit the refresh button. There's a different way to refresh your stream.
you gotta show me that break.
Telekinetic strike.
All right, it's a telekinetic strike. Can't see it. Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
All right, choose one, man.
I choose one. I'm gonna say something near my target's destroyed by the blast, like the bullet ricochets or something. But yeah, he's just looking at it, and he hasn't like seen a bullet in a while, and he just kind of like goes focusing there, focusing like through it and past it, and then it just like.
It with almost no sound passes right through his skull, and then splinters against the floor. And as it does, bits of the shrapnel come. Yeah, they're gonna have to come your way.
Am I able to react? And like,
It's a bullet. And without your implement,
You heard of
you
it?
can't move faster than a bullet. With your stuff and your ability to manipulate time, you might have been able to.
So am I like huddled with the guy I'm trying to like?
Yep. So you're gonna take 2 damage.
Okay, I accept.
It's shards of a bullet. You're fine. The guard is dead though because you put a bullet through. So no, Phoebe and Benedict, you are no longer being choked out.
Sweet typhoon.
Sweet typhoon.
I don't know.
That's pretty good.
I'm thinking of nautical terms.
It's
I
pretty
don't-
good.
I don't
I don't know what you say. I appreciated it.
But it definitely hurt the guard that I'm tangled up with as well.
A little bit, yeah.
Shall we proceed?
There's another guard, right?
There's another
I
guard.
immediately roll that guy down, and I stand back up with my sword, and I just like try to like point it and be like, I think that was shocking for all of us. Yes.
Help!
Drop it. Drop the pistol. Just.
He puts Arwen into a lock and puts the bullet to his head, or the gun to his head.
And your play here is what?
Back in your cells or he dies.
Or he dies, and I stick my sword through his throat.
Does this guard look strong?
He does. It's unfortunate.
I mean, it doesn't feel like there's much of a win here.
Back in your cells.
Or,
He dies.
Odra, help me out here. I can't think of an or. Arwen, you're free to come up with one as well. Phoebe, I don't mean to demean your intelligence. I'm sure if you have something else to offer.
Can you mime what the guard looks like right now?
What?
Can you mime what the guard looks like right now? I have an idea, but
You know me.
I don't want it to just be the Odra show.
Please help.
You know me. Yes.
In your cell. I don't care.
That's unfortunate. How about he goes back in the cell. I'm pointing to Arwen. And you and I do this thing. One-on-one.
Not interested.
Oh.
And he turns the gun real quick and puts a bullet your way.
Okay. The second I see the thing turn, I'm going to try to react.
I react as well if I can.
And what I'm actually going to
move.
It might be. Hang on. Give me the descriptions. I want to see how this plays out.
what I want to try to do is I'm actually going to take the blade of this sword and I felt like I was relatively close. So physics doesn't make sense here. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the sword like not into the barrel, but like right next to it, and then like plie a little bit.
So you're trying to deflect the gun so it's not pointing at you.
In a
Yeah.
way, yeah. Like I'm trying, but at the same time, I want like the crease of the blade to try to like move it up. But it just like I'm doing a lot. Like, mostly, what I'm doing is I want to make sure like I'm catching the gun and I'm just like pushing it in a direction that I want.
I've done this maneuver before.
And
For sure. Everyone's deflected a gun with a sword before, right?
As Benedict is doing
100%,
this,
yeah.
I like try and just smash the safety on the gun
Mm-hmm.
through safety.
Or smashes the arm.
If
like,
not, then you know where the trigger in the back comes in. I just try and put like a finger in there.
I will let you use strength. I think this is a dexterity move, though.
it's totally. I mean,
Actually, it's
Why are you letting him
dexterity.
use strength?
Dexterity, give him
Yeah.
+1 for the lead or for the team.
I think it'll roll amazing. But if I'm the character, it'd be like, dumb fucker.
It's defy danger, obviously.
oh, divided.
Yes.
Yeah. With dex.
Come on, experience point.
With +1.
Man, you're so experienced.
I'm so good at this game.
You're
so good at this
power
game.
leveling.
I am. Yeah.
Right through the throat.
I
have to experience.
D8 +1 damage. You take it.
One moment.
I'm gonna have to.
Thief, this is your chance.
I like how, by the way, I have 2 experience failed rolls of defy danger, and I take how much damage?
That's kind of
D8 plus 1.
Well, D8.
So
I'll take 6 damage.
6.
All right.
I had to unplug you. Apologies.
That's cool.
So I'm
I
down.
was at 5.
Ooh.
After that shot, I'm just gonna turn to Thief and go.
Nice.
Yeah, Phoebe, what do you do? Do you rush past them or?
And I don't have my armor on, so I don't really reduce it at all.
I don't actually know what's happening.
Okay, sure. So in this hallway, there is a door on the other end. One of the guards that
No,
was.
I mean, like, I don't understand the mechanics of the game. Like, how do you know what to decide to do?
It's literally whatever you want.
You tell Adil what you think you want to do in that situation, and he tells you what move to use in that position.
Oh, okay.
So like.
All right. I'm like, you're like, what would you do? I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know what I can do.
Right. So don't think about it as like a list of things you can do, right? Just in the situation, you are a thief and bit of an assassin, right? And Benedict Torbley, the person who helped you guys escape, just got shot through and has one of your cellmates captive. But his friend is dead. What do you do?
So there's still a guard alive?
There is. And he has a captive.
But he does not have a bullet ready to go in his gun. Unless they have magazines.
They
But I
have
assume
magazines.
they have magazines.
They have magazines.
He's got a gun.
And the other guy has your knife.
I know he has my knife.
Both of these motherfuckers have your knife.
How do all these people keep getting my knife?
Well, one though is dead, so it's a lot easier to take the knife.
My knife keeps teleporting to the person I look
Yeah,
at.
I would probably grab my knife off the dead guy and try to like do something
Perfect.
with it.
Do something.
Yeah, I think I would. So Arwen's the guy who I would try to stab the guy that we're trying to get past the door because I need to get in the door to get my other knife.
There you go. Release the beast.
Yeah.
So
I would
I'm
try.
gonna
I would
I'm
stab
not-
the guy.
I'm gonna let you backstab. And the reason why is that he was focused on Benedict Torbley, pointed his gun away from his hostage to make that shot. You took advantage of that moment to grab your knife off of this asshole guard's body who keeps all these fucking people keep stealing your goddamn knife and go in for the kill. So if you could roll to backstab, I would love to see that result.
I don't add any modifiers to anything, do I?
You don't, just roll with a 0.
What the?
Jesus
I'm okay with this.
Christ!
I am okay with this.
Wow! That's really good, Tony. That's fantastic.
You literally couldn't have done worse. You couldn't have done better.
She could have done worse.
So only could have done
only
worse.
worse.
I would love my character to power game so hard that I like hit level 3, but I'm bad at everything throughout the entirety. It's just all failed rolls.
Dude, roleplay's fun. Or sorry, battles are fun.
So
choose 2 of those details.
yeah, choose 2 of the bullets as your list, or as what happens.
Okay, I don't know what the third one means.
I would pick the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
But the third one basically means that if later on an ally tries to, so you could narratively describe some sort of advantage you create by attacking him in this way, and if an ally took
Stabbed him in the back, maybe.
if an ally took advantage of that opening, they'd get a +1 to their roll, which is very good because the pluses in this game are very small. Like you rolled with a +2 and got a 14, which is very good.
Okay.
But
So, and if I don't get into melee with them,
that would be nice because he's a beefy man and you're a tiny.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into melee with him because I'm like 4 feet tall.
Yeah. So if you want to do the first 2, I actually think those are
Okay. Yeah, the first 2 then.
Okay, so can I see a D8 plus a D6? You don't know how to do that. All right. Hang on. If
Same
you
as-
hang on, he's giving you something to work with. So do that without the apostrophe or the quotes in front.
Where is it? Hold on. All right, so do what?
Type \R.
Oh, okay. I have to type. All right.
Yeah, just without the quote in front.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
And then 1d8 plus
But I feel
1d6,
like
which
it's
is
gotta be
8-sided and 6-sided.
Oh yeah. But I was just thinking like.
All right.
Like,
There's the low rolls.
He dies because he's a nameless guard.
Alright.
He doesn't even have the name irrelevant to split into two people. He's just a guy that's dead.
So I
One guy named Irrelevant. That sounds like 2 names. All right, continue.
Carry on. So you grab your knife off of this dude's friend's body and come up and bring the knife straight into his neck from the side, and before he could take another breath, he is dead and falls to the ground, gurgling, because that's what happens when your knife gets, or when your neck gets slit.
Don't steal Thieves' knife.
Don't take Phoebe's knife.
Well, I think it's safe to say that I underestimated you both, and it's good to know that I did that. So I apologize. However, I believe we should get our shit and get the hell out of here. Yes?
There's no
Let's
need
get our
to
shits.
apologize.
Thank you, Odra.
You did your very best.
Phoebe, I'm glad you found your knife, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking for it.
Is that the one you were looking for?
Yeah, of course it's my knife. What other knife would I be looking for?
That one. And he points at the one, like it's like on the other guard.
Is that your knife as well, Phoebe? Odra has pointed out that there's another knife on
Oh
the
yeah,
other
that
side.
one's my knife. This isn't mine. The other one's
Oh,
mine.
you dropped the first one.
You drop the knife. He then points to the other one and says, "What about that?"
Wait to the first one?
Whichever one she's not holding, he's just gonna point like whack-a-mole and be like, "No."
Yeah, that one's actually mine. This one just looked like mine from the lighting.
He just like drops his arms and like looks at the other two like,
Good.
I have, and he walks into the room and just starts.
Good job with the bullets.
rummaging
I
around.
have so many questions.
I think time is of the essence, people, and I believe that we should
They did ring the bell before this all
Yeah.
started.
really be getting our stuff. And I'm just gonna walk into the evidence room and try to get my stuff.
I'll do the same.
I've been there for 5
All right.
minutes searching for my stuff.
You.
All
All right, I gotta.
Seconds. Whenever we killed the guards.
What do you call a rest?
Time.
Why don't we call it a quick break?
Yeah, let's do a quick break.
That's what you say.
I gotta pee, guys. Care, it's fine. Matt, you need. that's going to be all that I'm going to do. We're going to jump right back into it. So you guys just got back all of your gear and shit.
Do I have time to don my leather armor?
Only if you describe it to us.
Actually,
I'll have to describe it.
I need to hear the descriptions of your armor and your arcane focus and your spellbook. Matt, I need descriptions of the 2 packed pistols given to you by Father Time and Mother Nature, and I need the description of your divination tool. And Phoebe, I guess I need a description of the knife.
What does your dagger look like?
What's it look like now?
Hey, it's my dagger.
It's like metal and it's sharp at one end and it's not sharp when you grab it.
Oh, you're saying you have a dagger that's made of metal?
What?
And it's sharp, people.
Guys, fantasy games are the best.
It's only sharp at one end though.
It's very important that it's not sharp.
What is the end? The end that it's sharp on? Is it the pointy end?
Yeah.
Well, the sharp end. Let's not put words
Well,
in.
there's a sharp end. Like the sharp, I feel like there's pointy and then there's sharp. So
All right, we're moving
Points
on.
are sharp.
No, you're fucking getting character. Jesus.
Points
points
sharp.
are pokey.
You fucking the worst.
Google it.
Damn it!
Are
Sorry,
points sharp? Google. Go.
Not for real.
Benedict Tworbly, can I get a description of your bastard sword and leather arm?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. The leather armor actually is just a standard issue at this point. It's just a simple duelist leather, whatever is legal for the games.
Got it.
It gives enough protection to make it sporting, but not so much that it makes me weighed down.
Do you follow the ancient traditions of having like house colors on it, or do you just go with whatever?
I have not been able to get to the point in the duels, the rankings, where I get to don anything other than just the standard.
Got it. Cool. And your bastard sword, is
I
it?
don't have a sponsor.
That's fair. Is it?
Nikkei does not feel like I am worthy at this moment.
Nikkei is
Nike.
is your father. His name's Nikkei.
Oh,
no,
God.
it's done.
Nikkei Twarbly.
It's done.
Rolls off the tongue. Really, anything twirly, it really rolls off the tongue.
Twarbly. You have to say it.
Twarbly.
Benedict Twarbly.
Give me your sword description, bro.
Benedict Twarbly.
Bromacia, Brosephina, Poseidon, Lord of the Broshan.
This sword. Yes. Nice. It is a bastard sword.
Mhm.
No, not really.
It's a big sword.
It's a big sword. It is a two-handed sword.
Mhm.
And it gleams in the moonlight,
Mhm.
shines bright as an angel in the daylight.
Cool.
So it's shiny.
So it is a sword
it
made of
is a-
metal with a pointy end.
It
Got
is,
it.
it is
Would you say the point is sharper?
the actual blade.
His sword looks a lot like my sword.
Hey, he stole my knife and made it way bigger.
Wait a second. Is that my knife?
You can fuck off.
He's just sitting there like,
This
Looks
knife
a lot
is
like
bigger
my
than
knife.
you are.
Where's my knife go? It's like a puppy finding tennis balls and being like, tennis.
Why does everybody have a tinsel? The sword was given to me by my mother, actually. It is inscribed with a series of sigils and runes down the side with a wonderful green and blue sans serif type font.
Not Comic Sans.
Not Comic Sans.
Very
That
important.
is ridiculous.
Well, Comic Sans is sans serif, so it could be Comic Sans.
Motherfucker!
I like the picture. There's like all these runes. And somewhere on it just says fire in Comic Sans. Like, fire.
Like literally, it has comic strip
it is
panels.
something-
Like
it is something that my mother came up with and she gave to me. It allows me to channel my arcane ability. It is taller than Phoebe. It requires 2 hands to wield and somebody of great girth
God damn it. All right.
and
So
stamina.
I'm gonna talk about your sword for a bit.
Yes, please.
Well, we're gonna workshop this. Metal. What color? Silver, gold, black, green,
It is black steel.
black steel. Okay.
It is a girthy black sword.
The
sword.
the glyphs along it.
Mhm.
When you look at them, depending on the angle that the blade is to your eyes, they seem to change shape.
Mm-hmm.
And when you prepare your spells, what you're really doing is you're taking the full range of shapes that that an individual glyph can take on and holding that in your mind. It is, without focus and study, impossible to contain all of it. But only when you have the full shape in your mind can you call upon an individual spell.
You know.
Got it? Perfect. Arwen, got 2 pistols. Tell me about them.
So it's 2 pistols. They don't really seem like they were made by the same person at all. There's one that is just like silver metal, and the other one is like black metal. What did you just say?
Black steel.
Black steel. That sounds better. Black steel.
Kyle, just make a note. We need to make mechanics for black steel. Carry on.
Oh, my sword is +1 piercing.
Mine only looks that
So
way.
sharp.
It might not be. We don't know.
No, it's fine. We'll come up with something for black steel.
So the black steel one does not look like it's from this time
Mhm.
any way, shape, or form. Maybe some industrial, period. It has like a little scythe carved into one side of it, and then a
Interesting.
little what's it called? The sand.
I have no context.
Hourglass?
So what is like an hourglass?
That's
Yeah,
right.
like
The
an
sand
The
hourglass.
sand thing.
Yeah.
Hourglass.
And then,
Like a sandy drippy, you know what I mean?
Sandy dripping
Yeah.
is the
Exactly,
perfect
sandy
name
dripping.
for an
And then like a little man with a beard on the hilt, and then the white
Like a
one.
Manny Holy.
The white one will be easier to describe. It's just a chick, a nude chick, like just holding her hands out, like along the so you have like the hilt, and then you have like the barrel.
Yeah.
It's like the front of a ship. You know?
Yeah.
boobies.
There's like right.
He's talking about boobies.
There are
I got
titties.
it. Thanks.
And she's just like holding out where the bullet will pop out.
Huge tracts of land.
Yeah.
All right.
So they don't necessarily match each other.
We're
but-
gonna workshop it.
Yeah.
One hand.
It
One.
feels like, no.
No.
It's sharp and it's pointy.
So here's the thing. Like, I don't have an idea of what these things look like, but when you guys tell me what it is that you're looking for, it gives me what I can do to like refine it, right? So the gun given to you by Father Time is a revolver. The handle is black steel, and the gun barrel itself is just regular, like some kind of silvery metal, probably regular steel, but like fucking if literally the incarnation of time gave it to you, probably not.
Right. That I'm trying to think of like very. It doesn't fit the time.
Right. And the barrel of that gun, that silvery gun, is covered with a series of glyphs that seem to
Like Elvish text. That's what it looks
it
like
to you. It looks like that, and we're just going to call it that. And we're just going to move on.
to me.
No, it's you guys don't have the faintest idea of what's about to happen. The second pistol is has a white marble handle that is in the shape of a female, and the barrel is golden, and from her hands are rays coming out of it as though the barrel of the gun is the sun. When you fire with the gun granted to you by by Mother Nature, you deal fire damage. When you fire from the one dealt or granted to you by Father Time, you deal cold damage. That cold damage is not literally ice. It is you slowing down molecules from a temporal standpoint. Time stasis shit. Spitballs. All right, cool.
Bless you.
Bless you,
Bless
Tony.
you.
Thank you.
You have a divination instrument,
I do.
don't you? Edra? Tell me
But
about it.
first, so as you guys are like all getting dressed, he's kind of like rummaging through different chests looking for evidence. Finds like nice sets of like studded leather, throws them aside. Finds like nice robes, throws them aside. Finds like nice pieces of leather, throws them aside. And eventually, it's like and grabs these like hardy but like tattered and like kind of just like beat to shit leather like straps that he like or leather like pieces of armor that he like puts on, and it looks like any one of them would just like fall off in a strong breeze, but then he starts like clipping them together and everything, and it's just this like assemblage of like patchwork leather stuff, and he's like and then reaches down in the chest and pulls out this it's like this wide. It's basically a statue. Why are you laughing already? You don't even know what it is. It's a burrito.
I can't take
No.
people
The
seriously.
object
People
works.
Pull
have
out
things
A
like this.
sturdy divination
The
burrito.
object works says it all.
After a hard day of
Again?
work,
Again?
yeah,
We're not doing this scene again.
after a hard day of work, all I want is chicken, sweet onion teriyaki. No, it's a statue.
Helps keep me strong.
Great reference. It's like it looks like a falcon, like in flight, like about to basically like grab some things. So its front talons are out, and the wings are kind of going forward like this. It's made of like stone, like white stone, and then really dark wood. And at the seams of those two, it's just like marbled, and at the seams, it's like a really light metal. It seems to have sounded them through. And he just kind of holds it and is like, "Did you miss me?" And then puts it in like a weird pocket that in what you would assume is like pretty much just like cut straight from the cow and like not hand or anything, like just like a weird
Ugh.
dangly pocket,
Disgusting.
and just puts it because like there's like just pouches, like it could be a pouch, it could be a shoulder strap, it all just kind of like works together in a weird cacophony of leather stuff on it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You have your gear.
And my
You
spell.
are.
Also spell. Yes.
It'll take you an hour to get your spells down.
What about Phoebe?
She described. She has a pointy knife. Do you recall?
Yeah.
Oh, that was it.
She went
It's
first.
got a handle at one end, and it's metal, and it's sharp.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Somehow that wasn't that memorable.
For my spells,
You have to study them.
I know, but I don't lose them over time.
I'll say over 4 days you would.
Okay.
No,
No,
what I mean?
I'll roll with it. I just want to clarify.
So the bell is ringing. You don't have a lot of time. You know that you don't have a lot of time. Do you want more time? Time is a thing. You can have as much of it or as little of it as you'd like. Would you like more to get your friend prepared, or would you like to relocate? The world is your oyster now. Like before, you were just a man in a cell, but now you can control the forces of nature and time. What do you want to do, Arwen?
Do you need time to prepare so we don't get strangled at the same time again? 3 of us.
Only 2. And he just looks back.
Oh, you're right. I had a gun pointed to my head.
You know, I don't like making decisions for everybody around me, but I'm happy to have more time so that I can kind of readjust to having this beauty back.
So I just like.
But I'm more than capable of taking anybody without my spells. You know that.
So
Now that I have
you are
sweet,
trying to
sweet failure.
create more time. Describe to me how you do it with this pistol.
I assume I channels. I have to like.
You're channeling Father Time in some way, shape, or form, but I want to hear how you do it. Oh, that's totally it. That's totally it. That's so
I was
cool.
thinking of licking it, but that's way better. So like, I pick up my pistol. I take out the Father of Time, the
Time
the
Breaker.
ice one, yeah. So I take it out and I go to the.
It's got to be the name, right? Time Breaker.
Yeah, that's good. So I take it out and I like
No, called it time gun.
gun time.
Gun time.
So
Looks like
look
it's gun time.
I look at the barrel.
That's totally what Phoebe would call it too. They stole my gun time.
I take the barrel. That's the part where the bullet's going.
The revolver, yeah.
So I get ready. Like I
Chambers.
take it back. Yeah, the chambers, and I
What do you know of guns?
I start meddling with it.
He just got it.
Carry on. Ignore these
These may
photos.
look like guns to you, but there's something way more. And I like start doing it, and I have to like precisely go in a certain direction to go back, to go forward or whatever. So I'm just like studying it for a second, and it's like 1 hour.
More than enough, Jeff.
1 hour it is. And I like send it back, and then I like stop it immediately.
Roll to channel.
I think this team would kick a shit out of the last team, by the way.
Now
Just
that
in
we
terms
have our
of
weapons.
In terms of the shit that they can bring to bear, it's like, oh, it's got a gun that can travel through time.
I don't know. Baron has been answering.
So what do you
Yeah,
want
that's
me
why
to
they
click on?
both survived.
You have a move that should be called Surge or Channel.
I was like, I know this is risky because he's drinking right now.
Surge,
so I'm
right?
gonna go for it.
Surge, yep. Bottom. There it is, yeah.
Modifier 0.
Not, yeah.
Choice.
That's why they retired together.
What was the roll?
8.
Oh, there it is.
You're just lucky that. Oh, you turn on 3D dice. It waits until the dice roll, and then it pops up instead of being on
The best.
I need to figure out
So-
a way to get this on the screen.
You get to choose 2 from that list.
Oh.
How do you hurry to take advantage of gaining an hour?
It doesn't make sense.
Well,
to
I mean, it
mortals.
means you can't choose it.
That's the loophole. Wait, say that again?
It means you can't choose it. If there's no way that that could make sense in the scenario, then it's not an option.
I should just pick the 5th because, like,
Yeah, 5th.
so
You have to
I
pick
think
two
you need
of them.
2, yeah.
You have to pick 2
I'll
of
do
them.
the 5th, and then I'll do the 4th.
Mm-mm. No consequence for it taking your effort to focus on it.
Unless he's tired.
So I can't choose that one?
You cannot choose 2 or 4 just because of the nature of time magic.
Unwanted attention or Father Time is disappointed?
Beardy old guy.
I'll piss off the beardy old
Beardy old guy with
You're
the
gonna
same
get
dribbles.
unwanted, or so you're gonna displease your patron. All right. So we skipped something earlier this session, and as at the start of the session, we needed to roll to see what he needed from you, and that's fine. We're just gonna. I'll take
This
a hold.
can affect that choice.
This is fine. It has an unforeseen side effect. Now with time,
You're no baby.
Just don't make my eyes
I
bleed.
got baby legs. Baby junk is tight. Don't finish that sentence.
Arwen, you forgot your sister ever came to save you, but your friends did not.
Only you have friends around.
I might have forgotten.
You didn't. Time has dictated you did not.
That bitch stole your knife. You'll never forget.
Okay, and as you spin it and you bring it to a stop, it's for a moment it feels to you like the boats are not on waves of water; they're on waves of sand, and you sense this disappointment, and you hear, "For this, you have an hour. What do you want to do with it?"
I'm gonna learn my spells.
Okay, you have an hour. What do you want to do with it?
He first looks at Arwen and is like, and then kind of just like looks around, and as he has a lot of stuff, just kind of like, we did great out there.
I'm just kind of taken aback by his first comment because I usually just tune him out, but I was like,
If we
continue focusing.
If we have an hour, can I have an ambiguous thing on my sheet.
I know exactly what it is.
Okay, reflect on the interconnectedness of things.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just do that. Where he kind of just like, whatever direction he was facing at the time that he decided to do this, whether it was like facing a wall or whatever, he'll just like sit down, not cross-legged or anything meditatively, just like sit down and kind of like think.
And when you think about this, what is like the general direction of this kind of like? Are you thinking about what it is that brought you to this moment? Are you thinking about what it is that brought you to these people?
Yeah. So he puts the bird its beak on his finger, and it kind of like spins as he does this, and he like kind of drifts toward looking at it, looking away, and he's thinking about how he didn't know exactly where he'd end up, but he's never been led astray by them before. And this is another example where, at the very least, it seems like he's moving in the right direction by following them.
These guys.
No, the them is kind of like the...
Them is them. Them is the universe.
Them is like the small kind of like feet flickering, like immaterial. He calls them the colors that seem to just kind of like guide him when he doesn't know what to do.
That reminds me, the star that fell from the sky was yellow. Arwen, you'd have this hour. What do you do with it?
Just inspect the room, I guess.
Okay.
So I guess since I understand the power better than Matthew, like the ship, is everyone paused on the ship, or they're in the same trance or in the same
so you see a barrier
around the room, basically
around the immediate vicinity, spherical. Within it, everything is black and white, and outside of it, nothing moves.
I'll just inspect the room and try and heal myself before anything crazy happens.
Phoebe, what do? You have an hour. No one can disturb you in this hour.
No, am I with everyone in this room?
You are.
Okay. I'd probably like just sit and stare at Odra for a while.
Do you try to disturb him anyway, or?
No, I just like am watching him for probably like 20 minutes, and then I'd spend the rest of the time probably like trying to like talk to everybody and like pointless chit chat is what I would try to do.
Okay.
So you can do that with me with whatever extra time you'd be down for that.
I actually think it makes a lot more sense for Phoebe and Arwen to have a chance to talk. What do I do with this? Phoebe, the next time you try to comfort or support Arwen, you'll get a +1. Just note that somewhere on your character sheet. I recommend if you go under bio and info and then edit, you should be able to note that down somewhere.
Where's bio and info?
On your character sheet.
Oh.
All the way to the top. All the way to the top.
Okay, and what do I write?
+1 forward to comfort and support Arwen. All right, so you, Arwen, are investigating this room. What are you looking for? Actually, discern realities. What am I talking about? Roll to discern realities. There's a move for this. I don't need to ask. I get to figure out what you're looking for.
6.
Woo! 11.
Oh, 11.
The other dice is...
Yeah, the other dice is missing.
Just hit scroll it.
Okay. You have 3 questions you can ask from that list. Oh, fun.
Reminds me immediately of that meme kid that's like,
We're gonna have fun.
It's like super creepy.
All right, I want to do the first one. Is what is about to happen?
A second. What is about to happen? When this time bubble stops, you will be swarmed by guards. But you believe they will be the last of the guards for quite some time.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
To you, a person who can control time and space.
Well, I guess the quest that I'm on getting me closer
No,
to
no, no.
that.
There is a familiar family signet ring. You don't know why it's here, but it is.
Okay, and then I guess my final one would be what here is not what it appears to be.
You.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna have some daddy issues. I feel like.
Oh boy.
I can ask an easier one.
No. So Phoebe, we haven't worked through this yet. But the answer is Phoebe has convinced the world and herself that she is lost and wandering. But she is not. She is running.
Okay. Thank you.
And with that, the time bubble collapses. Your spells are prepared. You have connected with the universe because that's a fucking action you can take.
Am I allowed to tell them some of my
Just
findings before?
You can do it now as you hear shouting coming down the hallway.
We're about to
Keeps
be
running.
Do you know how many? Was I able to tell how many guards are coming down?
You couldn't stick your head out the window. If you cross the threshold of the bubble,
Like
it
based
would...
on this though.
Actually, because you could take him.
What'd you say?
You could take him. With what you have now, you could take him.
I just want to be able to prepare them for what's about to happen. Like, if I got the knowledge, I would tell them immediately, be like, get on your toes.
Here's what you get. There's a couple of guards coming, and you hear the familiar voice of the last person Benedict Torby. Swordbreaker Zerich. The one who, when Benedict dueled him, you saw it because of your ability to see the threads of time. If the duel continued, he would lose at every quantum thread, he would lose.
For the past battle?
From the past battle. This battle is different. Here, there are options.
Okay. Benedict.
Got it.
I hope you study those spells pretty closely because your friend from 4 days ago is approaching very quickly.
Well, consent.
God, I wish Pierce the Veil was a move in this. We're gonna have that.
I have peered through the veil.
You do have
I have your back.
It's
Is that similar
It's
enough
totally
for
fine.
you?
I got this. We got this. Right? Yeah, we've got this.
And with that, they turn around the corner. Arwen, lead. It's you. You had all the awareness. You set up the scenario. Lead.
I look at my friends and I'm like, a lot of us are range. That's what I'm thinking in my head. So I just take out my weapons and I I'm assuming there's one doorway they'll all come through, or are there multiple doorways?
There's the one. You guys are in the evidence room.
All right, so I'm just focused on the doorway. I know what's coming through, and I'm like, we got some work to do, boys.
All right. So, press the lead move. If you could trigger that for me, I don't know if it's on the warlock sheet. If it is, it should be.
I'm like, hey guys, things really died down. We just said we're gonna let you go. Oh god.
We totally understand what you're doing.
Huge misunderstanding.
I'm sorry about all the. Never mind.
What am I supposed to press?
Lead.
Sorry about this dead motherfucker.
7.
There's no rule. It's just so that I can get the prompt. Does everyone have a bond, or do you have a bond with every member of the team?
Mm-hmm.
You do. What is your purpose in this fight? Answer.
Clear out the way so we can progress forward.
Benedict.
Protect my newfound friends.
Okay. Odra.
Keep all the friends alive.
Phoebe. What is your purpose in the fight?
Just to not die.
To not die.
Let's go on. Get your fucking knife back, girl. Every one of these motherfuckers has your knife.
How many knives did I lose? Jesus. I'm gonna say
That guy's got my helmet.
your purposes are scattered enough that it does not qualify. Does anyone mistrust Arwen in this moment?
I don't think so.
Nope. I know him, so no.
Okay. And you are
He
not
is
you're off balance. You had a literal hour, so you're 1,000% ready. You start the battle with 3 teams.
I think we all knew that someone was coming to the
Yeah,
door.
you did. The ring, you got an hour, you all had time. They round the corner, they start charging towards you. But Arwen had his guns pointed and ready to fire. What do you do?
The second I see someone come through and I can identify them as enemy.
So I have to ask, when you fire your gun, do you
Same time.
are they simply bullets? Or is every trigger pulled a spell of some sort?
I assume I don't have any actual bullets.
There's
in the
no
gun.
bullets in the gun.
Yeah.
There have never been bullets in the
I
gun.
could use bullets, but I've never done that before.
You don't know if it would work.
It might, but we'll test that out later on.
Yeah.
Maybe come back for more.
What do you? So you have a gun that can manipulate the forces of nature and a gun that can manipulate the forces of time. What do you do to these people?
Well, the time one can just age them 1,000 years into the future.
Oh, you're just gonna age them to death?
Well, so it'll exploded, but it's actually just sending it it's just
Like literally
them,
send parts of them into the future. Holy fuck, that's metal as shit,
But it goes so
Dude.
far into the future, it just dissolves them.
dude.
And then the nature one, just gives them a little sunburn. I'm just kidding. It just burns the shit out of
It
them.
gives them like a mild sunburn. Because I
Let's use the time gun way more.
You gotta get that star damage.
I crave star damage. All right.
I think that's where I
I
want
feel
to
like I
go.
look better.
Are you blasting? Which gun are you using?
Well, usually, one is just pure death, and the other one is if I'm just if I'm
long-term damage.
if I'm not trying to kill someone, so I'm
Here's your melanoma.
So keep in mind, you can
Here's your
achieve
not existing.
surge. The move you can use to achieve anything within the realm of the powers. It's not damage restricted. If you want to literally send a person's body into the future, fuck it.
And you're like, no, Asmodeus would have shot at this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying.
I'm not saying.
If you want to send a piece of him into the future, he's dead today.
You
Well,
don't
yeah, that's
understand Rufus.
Theoretically, that's what I'm doing with
His
the father
skills are
time
far
gun.
beyond.
And I'm
Time
just,
breaker, yeah.
I'm just
Fair.
going
His
straight
name
up.
is Rufus.
They had a gun to my head. They threw us in jail for 4 days. They weren't trying to hold back on us. So.
All right. The first guy rounds the corner.
Time gun.
I need you to surge. No. Yeah, it's surge. It's surge.
Nice.
You cannot choose your patron is displeased again.
All right, I'll do the one where it says, your spell won't last long. You need to hurry to take advantage of it.
Okay, and one
And
more.
I'll take unwanted attention as well.
You pull the trigger on Timebreaker, and what color is time magic? Is it silver? Is it blue? I don't fucking know.
It kind of looks like a little
Like a helix?
you know, the galaxy, you know, the swirl.
Oh, yeah,
It
like
just
a
goes,
galaxy swirl.
It just kind of
Is there any color to it?
Like the Milky Way?
purple
Cool.
to match my hair, maybe,
You
or some like starry, like.
you pull the trigger, and there's a purple vortex in the person's chest. His head hits the ground, his legs hits the ground, his arms hit the ground, and the chest isn't there. And as you hold it in your mind, your eyes glow with a purple light. And you hear a voice from behind you say, "So this is when it starts." The rest
I just tuned it out. I'm like,
the rest of you see a 7-foot-tall man with angled features and pointed ears, with wings made of the hands of a clock, appear, dressed in a black suit that shimmers with a prismatic light. And then there's these fucking guards. And you see Swordbreaker Zarek, the man who, for some reason, could predict your every move in the duel around the corner. But he is not dressed as he was when you last fought him. He is in a suit of power armor. He is also 7 feet tall. And
Barking at me.
barking furiously,
Has attacked on us right now.
incredible ventriloquism.
holding an executioner's blade, and the glyphs along his armor glows with a blue crackling light. What do you do?
What's his name? Swordbreaker, you said?
Swordbreaker Zarek.
I think you open him arcane.
Zarek. What horrible smell. Oh, I see you've bathed that layer of mud off today. That must be it. Ugh. 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 It's unfortunate that you're here. I believe you owe me the remainder of our bout.
And then what? Are you throwing down the gauntlet?
Mm-hmm.
Because you are. You challenge him to a duel, so you're throwing down the gauntlet. Let me just tell you that's
Yeah,
that's.
no, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you wore your best, so I can defeat you even more humiliatingly.
Throw it down, bro. Give me that roll.
Wow. I'm gonna take a lead on this.
You can't.
I can't.
No.
Leading.
Why not?
Someone has to coordinate with you.
Oh,
They've
that's fair.
described
No,
their
this is
actions.
totally.
working
Yeah,
with
you're right. You're right.
You did this on your own.
What
What the shit, dude? Come on, man. Do you want to play Dungeon World
That's
today?
the +1, by the way. I rolled a 3.
You want to play Dungeon World today? Because we would love it.
No, I'm gonna play Dungeon World tomorrow.
Yeah,
When I'm level 2
on Wednesday. God fucking damn it.
So he's just like, no.
You
That's crazy.
It's insane. I can't roll.
It's a 2d6.
He
I get it.
points to you and says, "Get him." And as he does, he takes on a sword stance, and the armor charges with a growing sound of electricity building up in his capacitors. You never saw him use this kind of magic.
Chose different spells.
Perfect.
Because
Phoebe, what do you do?
Spell here that would be very handy.
There are 3 guards rushing towards Benedict.
I have a bow, don't I?
You do have a bow.
Okay, I'll try to shoot one of them with a bow, the one that's closest to him.
Perfect. Give me a volley.
Volley.
I so want you to throw your dagger at somebody because somebody else stole your dagger.
And then when it lands on
He has my dagger. You just kill somebody with a dagger to steal the dagger.
You get them mixed up. You grab the first dagger again. Oh my god. Hang on, Benedict. Did you mark experience?
No, not yet.
Okay. Phoebe, I need you to mark
power
experience again.
leveling the shit out of
This
game.
is a rough opener, guys. It's okay.
I thought don't I have +2 to my range too?
You have +2 to damage. You just
Oh,
missed.
damn
Uh,
I think I'm gonna level up tonight. I'm just gonna make it happen.
you fire an arrow. It hurls sadly into the air. You were going for like the larynx, but the larynx isn't that far from hitting nothing, so you missed.
How many guards are there?
There's 3 guards, 1 pile of limbs, and a man in power plate. So
I have a spell, but I just ignore magical one.
Benedict,
I don't have it yet.
these 3 guards are about to strike you. What do you do? And as they're about to strike you, in the background, you see Swordbreaker Zarich charging.
I see him charging.
Like, he's not charging towards you. He's in a stance, and his armor is powering up, is what I mean.
Oh, like Pikachu.
Like Pikachu. Exactly. He's just a Pikachu.
Goku. Yeah,
I already have been shot once today. I make it. I just know that if this is going to go down, I need to be at full strength. So as these people are kind of coming forward, I am going to quickly just tilt the blade slightly and read very quickly on how it's almost like a fable where my spells are very much about storytelling and the past, where I speak of an entity that was known for draining the life force of their victims, and I just prep the old girl as I go in, and I also am going to attempt to steal some of that life force from whoever is attacking me, because I need to heal before I get
Into a match with Swordbreaker.
into a match
Zarich.
with Swordbreaker.
All right. Roll for arcane blade work.
Come on, baby. Oh, I wanted to, for clarification. So the original one was that I deal my damage plus a D4, and then I heal off the D4.
This one's a minus
This is a
intentionally.
minor?
Yeah. Because it's supposed to be because you're choosing between a list, it's not supposed to be strictly better. It's supposed to be a series of give and takes that work for the situation that you're in.
Okay. Arcane blade work it is. No modifier. There it is. Finally. Something. I think something. So I'm gonna attempt to soul siphon.
So the spell works as intended.
Well, yeah, we'll just go with that. I want some life force.
Okay. These guards come towards you, and you go in for a kill on the first one. Can I get your damage? Minus. I need roll 1d8 minus 1d4 because we'll get separate results and we'll be able to figure out how that
I'm
works.
just gonna do this. Then I'll do this. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this.
He's getting there,
My character sheet is in the way.
I believe. Okay, so you carve into the 1 deal 3 damage. You gain 2 health.
Nice. He's gonna attack me now.
Yeah, it's not great. I need to.
That's why I don't.
Got 3 experience. Yeah.
Because if I hack and slash, that would not have happened.
On a 7 and 9, you would have traded blows. How do I roll this? I don't even know. All right. In the moment in between strikes, you notice that the guards that were thrown at you were just distractions.
Mhm.
And Swordbreaker Zerich turns into a bolt of lightning
Yay.
and travels through you and appears behind you. Executioner blade out, strike complete. And you take 1d8 plus 2 damage.
Sure.
You are then sent flying away from the group, which isn't very far because you're in a very enclosed space. But if it wasn't in an enclosed
So take
space,
6 damage.
yes, you take 6 damage.
Your armor's on that already.
Oh yeah, it is.
What are
So
the other
take
guards
5
wearing?
damage. Thank you.
Are using for weapons?
There's knives and pistols. One of them is a sword.
Cool.
And
Short
one of them
sword,
is
long sword?
limbs.
Yeah, the other one's got.
Short sword, long sword, no difference in the game basically, but
Is the difference in weight?
No.
Yeah. Short sword is 1 weight. Long sword is 2 weight.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm learning things. So long swords technically are actually like 2-handed weapons, whereas a short in real life
Yeah. Which one do they have?
they have short swords. I guess technically they're arming swords. They're one-handed. The longest sword reasonable for a
Perfect.
one-handed weapon.
Yep. Just with the doctor over.
Odra,
Um,
this guy in power armor turned into lightning, so that's exciting.
I don't know. It's not really my bag, but it's not my choice of Friday night entertainment. But so one of them just bamfed across the room and then sent Benedict Torbly across the room. What's the other one doing?
There's 3 other guys,
One is limbs.
4 other guys.
Okay.
1 is limbs. 3 other totally functional.
3 humans and a set of limbs.
Yeah.
Not worried about the limbs.
The limbs probably not going to be an issue.
Okay. What are the other 3 guards doing?
They were charging at Benedict.
Okay. So if any of them has a sword just like in its hand, like charging, Odra's just gonna kind of like look at it and essentially as if he put his hand on the back of the blade and just swiped it down into the guy's face.
You're going to use the blade to strike another guy in the face.
No, so if a guy's running with the sword above him like this, instead of like seizing the blade and doing anything, he's just gonna shove the blade down like
Into his own
yeah.
face region. All right, that's a telekinetic strike.
Okay.
Not a
Hack and slash or anything.
Yeah, no, it's just the telekinetic
Yeah, he's
strike.
pretty far away. Oh, experience.
God damn it, guys!
TPK.
What
TPK.
the fuck?
Welcome to Pirates, everybody.
What we need to remember
Wait,
my
did I get
telekinetic
experience?
strike is
No, no, no.
near, forceful, and messy, where basically it just like obliterates people.
Oh,
I just
it
straight up
does.
use the energy.
If you just use the energy, people turn to mist.
I wouldn't have done nothing but
Wait, so all I did was miss?
Dwarf luck.
No, I fuck you up now.
Okay.
Nice.
Because you rolled a miss.
Dope.
Yeah, but if we just defeat this guy, you still get the 3.
Yeah, that's true.
One of them draws a pistol and points it at Phoebe and fires. The bullet is traveling through the air. Arwen, what do you do?
I shoot him before she gets shot.
Well, he already shot.
Not a problem.
Can I shoot the bullet?
I allow it.
Can I shoot the bullet?
No channel.
Super easy.
Fairly an inconvenience. What am I clicking?
Channel. You were trying to fire backwards in time.
He doesn't have channel.
Surge, apologies. Channel was the Red Sister move.
Experience points.
Guys!
We're killing it.
Guys, come on!
All right, Tony.
We literally have like more experience than our last team did.
That's not true. I was level 2 plus some. I was almost level 3 when I died.
I was level
I
1.
might have been level 3.
This
sucked.
is embarrassing.
You guys missed a session.
That's not why you were still level 1.
Because I didn't roll bad.
After I shoot, I'm like, I should have given us more time.
Yep. Yeah.
You pull your trigger. The spell fires backwards in time. It hits your opponent, and you accelerate him to the peak of his martial performance.
Is that like 2 years from now or what?
Backwards. He might be an old guy now. He used to be
I
an
don't know, he
adventurer
was
until he took a.
We know more about this guy, so we know how good he can.
You got that one, Tony? You got that one?
Got that one.
Before his wife had left him, he was just like top.
I could have also used the nature one if that helps.
Those
you.
drugs really got in the way.
A sunburn.
Well, no, in order to stop the bullet from getting there first, you'd have had to fire backwards time, which means you had to use time breaker. He's gonna be a pain in the ass now, apparently, and that's great. And Tawny, I need you to take D6 damage because the bullet does hit you.
Oh no.
So if I would have shot the bullet,
It
what
would have-
happened to the bullet.
I don't know, man. It would have gone backward. I would have had to
Would've
come
gone-
up with different
Would have hit her
options.
harder, basically, or faster.
I don't fucking know.
Give it the bullet in the back so it sped up.
I might
I'd
have
be
to.
pretty
I could do a
impressed if you
time
pulled that
loop
one
thing
off.
where it becomes a single bullet,
Right,
becomes
did I
a
do that
repeating
right?
machine gun. You take 6 damage. Good God. Can you guys not kill yourself this session? I'm trying really hard not to kill you, but it's not up to me apparently.
TPK.
So
TPK.
a 6.
So you go to your character sheet.
Adam.
I go to what?
This is my story.
Go to your character sheet, and below armor, you'll see hit points in the top center of your character sheet. Reduce the hit points on the left
My story ended.
down
He said,
to
"You're not
12.
close."
Nice. Oh boy.
Flippy floppies for the making copies.
But I thought I was supposed to roll a D8
No,
for
decent.
damage.
Well, no. When you take damage, I tell you the amount of damage you're taking, which is
Oh, okay.
different than the amount of damage you deal.
Okay.
Stop.
What?
I will take away your character sheet. Yeah, so this guy gets supercharged. Benedict horribly, you're in a world of pain. Phoebe, you got shot and you're not happy about it. And now this guy looks scarier than ever. What do you do?
Is he running at me?
He is now.
Is he like really tall?
He's pretty tall.
You said he was 7 feet. No, that was the time.
Different guy.
No, that was the god.
That was the sand drippy guy.
No, there's two
And
people inside the
He
hotel.
has,
There's
a, he has a knife and a gun, or just a knife?
this man has a knife and a gun.
Okay.
I say cautiously.
I fucking love this girl. Fuck you, man, my
I guess
knife.
I try to trip him when he gets close to me.
Okay, so you're trying to defy danger with dexterity. Can I get that roll? So click on defy danger, and then it'll give you a drop down. Is that your sword?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is not a knife.
It is not a knife. And then there should be a drop down that appears. Select dexterity, which I believe you did. You did. Guys.
XP. XP.
I get an XP?
You get another XP because
Ooh.
Man, when we wake up in the dungeon again, we're gonna be so badass.
We're gonna yeah, we're gonna, good luck putting manacles around this.
God damn it.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. You take another d6 damage as he carves your dagger into you. The fucking like
The nerve on this guy.
right? Oh, good. It's only 2. Jesus fuck. I don't want to kill you guys, but
Well, how would he know how to use your dagger properly?
I know, he doesn't. Freaking idiot.
Clearly.
Arwen, things are not going your way. What do you do?
Well, if it wasn't just 2 damage, I would have tried to shoot her getting shot to see if I could.
Oh, that was a
It's okay.
hurt the dagger to the chest. How could you?
So the situation is Phoebe is being stabbed by her own sword, or what she thinks is her sword currently.
By a man in his prime.
I feel like I have to take him out. Time hasn't really been helping me too much, so I'm going to shoot him with my nature sword, or my nature gun, instead of the time gun.
As you raise nature gun to fire, the being who was behind you raises his hand as well. While you raise nature, you see he is holding Timebreaker, your Timebreaker, and you both fire at the same time.
So he fires.
He fires your Timebreaker. You fire whatever the nature gun is named.
Mother's bosom.
Please.
Boob gun.
Boob gun.
Mother lover.
Just boob gun.
Gun boob.
Gun boob.
Gun boob and gun time.
I need you to roll channel with a plus. Hang on. I think it's 2.
Surge?
Surge with a plus 2, yeah. Sorry, I keep saying channel and I keep being wrong.
It's all good. Modifier 2. That's how I do that.
Yep.
Obviously.
Yep.
That's weird. Obsessed. One of the greatest things I've ever seen.
What were you saying about this team defeating our last team?
I mean, on paper, still, like,
On
it's
paper,
still father time shooting your bear.
God, this is like the Patriots blowing a 21-point lead in the
What?
fourth quarter.
I shoot it, I'm like, we're in a slump or something. It's not working for you either.
Sand drippy old man.
This is.
Is it possible to win in this game?
It is.
It's
It's
not.
normal,
Last campaign
actually.
was like 2 hours long. We just had to wrap it up pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right.
We realized early
Well,
on that this is a loser.
Arwen, could you bucket experience?
Amazing.
God, fuck.
I like how, by the way, we started off with an 11, 12, 10, 11, 5, 5, 4, 4, 5, 4.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I don't even know what to tell you guys.
I'll go.
I'll give you a second. I need to make
Hold
this
on.
situation disastrous. Okay.
Nice. That's what I was looking
Who
for.
are you shooting?
Wow. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Who are you
I
shooting?
was trying to save Phoebe.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got great news for you. The guy attacking him, in the peak of his performance, gone, evaporated, disintegrated, turned into Hawking's radiation because he's a goddamn black hole, and he's sucking in the world around him. Odra,
So, like,
How do
we're
you-
dead then.
how do you stop a black hole? I don't know what you want from me at this point.
Well, my special ability is I can touch people and bond with them, but I'm not gonna do that with them. Oh, trust me. In last campaign, I would have given anyone the bear. Just get rid of it. Oda would kind of like see this happen, and he'd like looked over and watched the whole time, like just above you as that all processed, and sees the black hole, and just like, are the guards in the way of the exit?
The guards are flying through the open air.
Are we all flying through the open air? We don't have our feet on the ground or anything?
You're okay right now because I'm letting you move.
Okay, so are the rest of them floating in the air?
Phoebe is far too close to the black hole. It's very concerning.
Then I will. Well, he doesn't know anything about black holes, so he doesn't understand the concept of an event horizon. So he's gonna like,
This can go
with some
only
haste,
well.
walk forward and just grab her under the arms, and with more strength than you think from like his kind of emaciated-looking body, just start pulling her back and just like out the door we came in. And he'll say, just
You're just gonna carry her.
yeah, just literally just pick her up and go. We have places to be.
All right. I guess
Grab her and pull her
defy
out.
danger with strength.
So it doesn't have to be strength.
It really does. But Connie, I assume you're gonna help him get away from this black hole.
Let's team it.
You should spend a team.
How can I help him?
I don't know what you're saying. You cut out a whole bunch.
How do I
What is
help him?
You just describe how you do, and then it happens.
Don't go
He's
wrong.
like carrying.
He like comes to grab you and like pull you away. Do you like help and scurry away with him, or do you just
Yeah, like I
grab
help
someone
to
else?
the best of my ability.
make it even worse?
Yeah, we'll just start like a chain.
All right, perfect. You get a +1.
Hey!
Thank you, God.
Damn it, I'm so underexperienced.
Yay!
I only have one. You guys have like 4 each.
Damn it. You work together and walk away from a black hole because apparently you can do that.
Well, it's like a little
It was a tiny.
Yeah.
It's fine. And as you walk away, the black hole, you can see it spinning and shrinking, and in its last moment, it accelerates down to a point and then flashes out. Zarich turns to lightning and disappears, passing along the metallic structure of the tanker. The clockwork winged angel above you points his gun at the black hole a second time, pulls the trigger, and as the white flash comes out, a bubble encases it. Within it, everything is black and white. There is no more color. And it is held still. What do you do?
So the black hole is encapsulated in a little bubble right now.
The black hole has collapsed and is detonating right now. And he is trapped in a time bubble because that's this fucking game right now.
Like how Father Time was like, oh shit. All right. The
Hey,
game's
old
just like,
man.
oh fuck.
Old
Like that
man
wasn't you, that was
Satan.
him.
I know.
Sandy drippy guy.
You can all see this man.
He's up on
Yeah.
the sand dripping.
I look to my team and I'm like, well, you guys are already out the door. We better follow them. This is going to get ugly real fast.
As you step
Good.
over just limbs.
Let's go.
Yeah, you lose focus on the spell you've been holding, and a shriveled up torso materializes in the middle of the air and drops to the ground.
That happens right as Benedict says, "It's gonna get bad." Just organs fall on the ground.
It's just a gory mess.
I didn't use my hour wisely.
And you walk out.
I feel like we have things to discuss.
Let's go.
We should go.
2 votes to 1, I suppose.
And as you walk out, the clockwork winged angel follows. And
It's really disturbing.
in a static that only you can parse, he says, "We need to talk."
It's not happening now, right? I can just okay.
All right, Mom.
I had 4 days. You're telling me now. Or does this happen eternally right now as we're trying to leave?
Oh, I mean, you can continue. You have a body. You're fine.
Right,
You
but I
got
don't
free will.
know.
You're immortal. What do you want to do?
Tell
fuck around,
time
shoot.
to fuck off right now.
I'm just gonna be like, you got clout with time, and you choose now to time this whole thing, like this talk. If we can suppress time, I'll do it right now. Let's just get this over with.
Who do you think I am?
Elf god that can
Do we-
control time.
Do we have time for this?
Well, if he can suppress time, then I would do this. If not, I just want to leave.
And everything stops.
Father Elf, that is really confusing.
I am not your father.
Well, Father of Time.
I am not the father of time.
Elf Sensei of Time.
Arwen,
What would you like to talk about? I'm sorry.
I know who you want to be. And I'm going to tell you this once. You start on that path today. The world is going to fall apart around you. Let it. And with that, time resumes and he is gone.
Seriously, I don't think we have time for this. We have to keep going. I don't even... What the fuck is happening today? Phoebe, are you doing okay?
I think so.
That's good enough.
Hey, you're doing great.
I got stabbed by my own damn guy.
Ondra! Who?
You are.
Clearly, this is not my best day.
We are.
Why did you bring this negativity, Arwen? God damn it!
Hey, Benedict.
I feel as if Arwen is more positive than any of us.
Let's just get off this boat. And we'll
Which
talk
do you
later.
think applies better?
Uh-huh.
Angry, guilty, hopeless, or insecure?
I know.
I
I'm going to say insecure.
You are insecure. Please mark it. Perfect.
I just shrugged off his comment about, this is not the best time. I'm like, let's go.
Let's go. Your soul shines less brightly than it did.
Anyway,
But we will be fine that night. Phoebe, you did great. Would you lead us out?
Yeah, where are we?
You're in
We're
the
in that.
you're in the tanker. There was a guy who came to kill Benedict. And he turned into lightning and ran away, I guess. There was a black hole. It was fucking weird. And then there wasn't a black hole. But you look back and you're like, oh, God, but like it's still there, isn't it?
Like
It's
a
still
Christmas
just... Yeah, it's a Christmas ornament of death.
So we can leave that room that all happened in?
Maybe? Imagine a dark Christmas ornament.
Very dangerous.
I just like point down the hallway. Go.
Where are you leading them, Benedict?
That way is probably the closest stairway.
Where are you trying to get?
Off. We all want to get off this boat, right?
Where are you trying to get?
I want to get
To my father's approval. I think in the abstract.
God damn you, Nick Cage. I want to get us like I just wanted to get us away from here. There's too much shit.
And then what?
Um
What were you saying?
somewhere where I can think. I just need to get I need to get somewhere calm.
The pits.
No, I want to get back to my mom.
Okay.
Subconsciously, I'm leading us back to my mother.
Yeah. You lead the group away, and as you do, you don't exactly know where you're leading them. You just know away from here. You turn through boats. No one comes for you, and you don't know why. And you find yourself home. You didn't really make the choices to lead you here, but here you are. And when you knock, no answer. You knock again, a little more worried. Nothing. And then you don't have the fucking patience for it. And that door splinters in seconds.
Do I not have a key in my
You
hand?
don't.
Oh.
Not in this one. I guess you would. Oh, but that's so boring.
You can
There's
ask
no
your friend.
drama to
You
it.
can ask your friend.
If I'm nervous, if I'm worried, I would just kick the door in.
Is this literally happening, or is this like a dream sequence?
No.
Said, Phoebe, open the door.
Mama?
And you run in,
Mama?
and the place is ransacked. And nobody is home. And that is where we'll call the session.
All right.
Thanks, guys, for dialing into this week's episode of Movers and Break. God, I hate myself when I do this.
Oh dear God, we
We
have
all love
so
you.
much experience.
It's
with bad
the
rolls.
worst. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. Hope you all enjoyed it. See you all later. Bye.